Hello and welcome to Workshop 7 in the Scrap Savvy series. This is Phoenicia from Scrapworx. We are going to use the October sketch, so this will be the third layout in the sketch. For this week we are going to change things up a bit. Not only are we going to flip the sketch, so we're going to put this side, but we're also going to turn the sketch. I'm only going to turn one side, so I'm going to flip this one up so that the embellishments run at the bottom, so like that. Basically that's what it's going to look like. And then these two I'm going to turn so that we have two portrait photos running across. I'm also going to do away with a big title and put in a small one. And then I thought that I would like to change the photographs, and we're going to take these two and make them a 10 by 15, and then we'll leave the 8 by 10. I'm also going to change the embellishments from being tags to flowers. I'm going to show you how to make some flowers using this die set from Scrapworx. Okay, and again I'm going to stay with keeping the embellishments in a straight row. So this time I'm going to embellish this way and I'm going to embellish down this way. The pattern papers that I've chosen will match the photographs of my daughter. Okay, so I selected my two portrait photos, my one landscape, and then, so basically we're going to change the sketch to look like that. Okay. I felt like doing lots of flowers, so I think I've gone a little bit overboard with the flowers, but that's okay. So I'm using the pattern paper collection called Something Wonderful. Okay, for this particular layout you're going to again need two pattern papers that are the same. That's what I'm going to be using. You will need a pattern paper number 2 and you will need a pattern paper number 3. If this pattern, for example, has this at the back, so I managed to use one sheet of paper to be able to do both because I used both sides, but always have extra on hand just in case. And then the piece that we cut off from this, I'm going to be using, this is the piece that we're going to cut off, I'm going to be using that in the layout as well. So choose your papers, select your papers carefully, make sure that they complement each other, make sure there's things inside that on the patterns that you'd like to use. And then for my photo mats, I've chosen a dark brown and cream to mat the photos. So I'll be matting the photos on dark brown and cream, and I think that's going to work nicely. I'm going to ink around the edges, this time with a little bit of tattered rose, just to bring out that soft warm pink. Okay, to make my flowers I'm going to be using the oxides. I'm going to Scrapworx out plain white flowers. I've Scrapworxed out a whole stack of them. I've also Scrapworxed out some leaves. So to create my flowers I'm going to use these colors. If I put this one on the front, you can see how nicely this works. So there's tattered rose, dried marigold, abandoned coral. I've got some old paper. This picks up very nicely with this green in here. And then just some walnut stain and frayed burlap. That'll also go around the edges of some of the pattern paper. The dried marigold was just a little bit too orange and the abandoned coral was just too dark. So I mixed these two together and they actually almost reach this nice deep coral color. It was a very nice combination. And then on the flowers I also threw in some tattered rose and it comes out very nicely. Besides the flowers that you Scrapworx out, you need a little bit of washi tape. I'm not sure if I'm going to add it yet, but I always like to have. And then you need some pulls. I've chosen some beige pulls, and I've also selected a couple of pulls that actually match. It's like a corally color. And then instead of using white pre-made roses this time, I'm going to show you how we can color these to match the paper. You see that it works, but it just needs a little bit, the roses just need to be a little bit darker to pop. Okay, so gather your supplies, select your inks that you're wanting to work with, and I'll see you in the next video.